Um, Hello everyone, this is Makiko and Harris. This is a hot journal club series and we are doing a lot of Q&A. This one, we're going to talk about forgiveness first. It's a great topic. The one with a big block we have is to forgive ourselves first and forgive others. And I will tell you how important it is, and much more than perhaps most people think. Pretty soon you realize that everything you see is your reflection, and everything happened to you and going to happen is your creation and your co-creation with others or your universe. Now, it is difficult sometimes not to judge what is have happened and what's going to happen. And sometimes you see some characteristic of things you see from or in others, and realizing that that is a part of you, piece of you, perhaps. And your reaction, or my reaction sometimes be, how can it be? That is not me. How, why, how, right? A lot of different kind of question that toward to self. That one of the first things we need to do to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself without making a judgment. Forgiving yourself, even analyzing, assessing that is a possibility. And forgive yourself to be so harsh, and very soon that act itself, you are forgiving others, but it's almost always you start from yourself. Inside of you there are some things in you that are still judgmental, is still being very harsh. And this is something, it's built in good nature, because we all want to expand, we all want to, to make it better, make ourselves a little better. So it is kind of a built-in mechanism somewhat, to assessing, but assessing is okay. As soon as it becomes the judgmental, that's how we go a slightly wrong way. So I just gonna stop here, and I like to invite Harris, his message and his perhaps personal experience that he may want to share with others. So Harris, go ahead, take it away.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Makiko. Thank you. Um, in this reality, I always have laughter here. I'm like, laughter, chill out.
We can laugh, yes.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good release.
It's
I
correct.
know, you're kind of waiting one specific question, Harris. I notice I judging myself when I disappointed with myself, when I discover aspect of myself of through other people's eye, or the things happen to me. The one of the thing I saw is out for you. I did not realize that I could lay out here. I was still a sexual being, and I judged myself quite a long time. I had a really hard time, and now I could laugh about it. It's so silly, so stupid, yes. But that time I was very serious and really judged myself. And then I noticed pretty soon so many things and people, without knowing, I was also judging it. So this is something I could not admit after I hear from it. And it's always started from forgiving myself to even judge that, right? And forgiving myself to judge others then. And after I really consciously doing that, every time it comes up in mind, it make it much easier. And actually became comical, and then now I could laugh about it. So I kind of I don't know. Do you have a similar experience? I doubt it because some people are more expressive, and then again, I came from that type of culture. Like a bundle up. Don't talk about the whole thing. It's a taboo, right? I
I would
don't
say
know here. How about you,
um,
Harris?
I would say, as in this reality that we are in, this reality we are projecting, creating, or just being in. It has a great deal towards separation. We it's a reality of separation. So me versus you, and there's me, there's others, there's and truly that reality is not as true as another reality where we are in spirit and where it is one.
Mm-hmm.
There is no separation with spirit. My spirit and your spirit is the same thing, if you want to call it a thing. So, because a lot of people do not have this understanding, or have not gone deep into this, or have not become this, where you become your spirit. There is always going to be that me versus them. Should I forgive them? And not knowing the basis of forgiveness, because actually you're forgiving yourself for one, if you're forgiving somebody else. And if you're forgiving yourself, go inwards. Let's say you did something to yourself that you did not like, and you're still a bit bitter. Once you forgive yourself, you're also forgiving other people. So I think the understanding to be taken deeper, that we are actually the same being, the same source, and to us, for all of us to see ourselves from that perspective, from that broader perspective, it takes away all the fights and tools and everything that you would need to kind of maintain forgiveness. So at that point, you don't have to maintain anything. You're just there. You understand once something comes up, naturally you just want to forgive, because that is you also. You put
Mm-hmm.
yourself in their shoes, because totally that is you also. And yourself, you once you do something, there's also a next aspect of us that is separated, which we call the egoic mind, or the psychological mind, which sees itself separate from the spirit, and says, okay, spirit, do this for me, or I did this, I will be punished, I will be judged. That mind itself is also an illusion. It's not truly you. So when you go within yourself and you recognize that illusion that you played, you can easily step out and say, hey, that is an illusion. Truly, I'm spirit. What is spirit? Spirit is perfect. You cannot make any mistakes. You cannot do any wrong deeds. So whatever you did there was just whatever experiential, but the true you. And it was really, you could call it a dream, and you could wake up from it and say,
Yeah.
no, I'm back to square zero, the neutral point. I am perfect. Spirit is perfection. Most people do not have spirituality in their life, so they don't know this. But once they start knowing this, it's about coming to become this, mature into this. And then forgiveness becomes a natural, automatic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes a natural, automatic thing, because compassion is something that is actually needed in our reality that we are co-creating right now. We want people to kind of have harmony, and to have harmony, you have to have compassion. If you're an empath and you have compassion, you never would. And you have that strong 100% compassion, you would never say, oh, they took that from me. You will
Mm-hmm.
never separate them. You'll be like, okay, that is me, and I'm right here for you. And okay, I don't have enough. Okay, let's go find enough. That type of thing. Or you could jump out of that and go find enough without saying, oh my God, they took a lot. You will still have that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think people should be focused towards that, to say, once we all
Mm.
understand that we are one, it makes
Yeah.
it easier to break down all these.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a. I think it's natural for many. We are one. All up there, we are all connected. Then it's how much we can maintain that state of mind, and that's gonna be an interesting thing in a daily basis. So from the morning to the bed, it even between we dream, we learn, you experience, and throughout the time we are given these wonderful opportunities to learn and observe and assess. And each time I think I find something amazing or surprising, or sometimes upset me, right, or disappoint me, as much as the joyfulness in others. It's a learning opportunity the universe presented. Hey, there's a more place you can grow, more places, explore. There's a much more a layer to it, to train our mind and practice spirituality. I like the way you said about the oneness and then spirit being perfect, and that's where we really came from. And this is, we put ourselves in a tiny box and into the experiment. How are we going to behave? How much you could push and to create this world, and we are pushing ourselves to see how much we could be able to maintain or go back to where we came from.
Yeah.
It is an important lesson also. The separation, it feels so real in this realm, but it's not, like you say.
Yeah. I mean, that is the idea. If it doesn't feel that real, it would not be a worthy experience, or it's experiential. It's a fun game. So if the game, if you're not in the game and playing, oh my God, where's the game? You would really like the game. That's why we keep coming back to it. But an edge of information or knowledge to know that it is a dream, to know that it's a dream state. That is powerful. That is paramount, because you can always come out of it and rearrange and say, okay, how do I want to play this game? Okay, there are many ways to it. So knowledge is king. A lot of the times,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge sets what perspective, from what angle of perspective you're using to see, or to experience.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So we are kind of talking about very important topics. It started from forgiveness, and it naturally came. The next step is a compassion, because it's kind of come front and back. More you forgive, you develop naturally more compassionate person, and if you're a compassionate person, you're automatically forgiving.
Yeah.
you know so it's but it's much needed in this realm, the setting, when we feel, because we made it so real, we feel separated, and we tend to have a possession. Again, this possession is a temporal, it's just kind of there to you, for us to entertain. It's not really mine and not theirs. It's just a provided. It's just like when you have a game, you get all those things, a horse and whatever coin, a fake one. That's what we have pretty much here. So attached to that, this moment, it's fine because you need it. You create it. But it's not like if somebody's something happened and something take away. It's not like a piece of you taken away. It's just a game changed in a different playing field. That's all. Now we tend to forget that, but that's why we are here. We like it. We like the feeling. We go back up and then start over again. And then each time we do practice, we are slightly evolved, and we slightly raise our vibration. And sometimes we find great friends, yes, the new stuff and new creation to come. Otherwise, we won't be creating a new stuff. If we are happy and we're connected, everything cool, we are not probably doing much.
I want to say something there. Just want to jump in. Just,
Mm-hmm.
give this perspective of you have the creative mind, and then you have evolution, the evolving being. You have the evolving source, or the evolving part of spirit, which where we have all the experiential thing, where we have the game and everything. I also want to point out the side that we truly more are, the observatory side, which is not evolved, which is the constant. That is the side that mostly in humanity is missing within the information and knowledge. Uh, for us humanity to also know that we are that absolute. So that absolute doesn't need to evolve. It doesn't change. It doesn't, we cannot even describe what that can do. So once we have that constant that doesn't change, we know that we have this other side that we used to play, which is the evolving one. So
Mm,
we're not stuck to say, okay, we're just evolving. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. That would just be us thinking we're a character in a game, and
mm,
or like an actor that plays a role of a king comes back home and keep trying to tell the wife, where are my maid servants? And the wife is like, hey, we're no longer on set. So a lot of, I would say, a lot of people might have forgotten that point, that they're not the actor, so that they can also take a break from being the actor and come out, or they can watch their actor while their actor is playing at the same time. So I wanted to point people towards that.
oh yeah,
Um,
that's cool stuff, Harris. You are talking pretty high stuff. Well, the probably people who watch this video, it's already awakened, so completely understand, right? So
we're not
we
there yet.
always we always have this avatar, right? We actually originally sent off, and we are observing here, and at some point we became this, and sometimes we forget to become this part. I think it's a lot to do with connecting with higher self, higher purpose. Be engaged with high vibration, which is we're all connected. From that perspective, watching us, watching myself, watching yourself, right? This point, always actually, we're always observing ourselves simultaneously. If we could maintain more of this, I think that our world will be a much better place to live. And then also your world will be evolve, in a way that you want to. So that is a great point. Thank you, Harris. We talk a lot. Yes, probably I need to review this again and how many different things we talk about, but this is a jam packed sessions. I hope you all enjoy it. This was Harris and Makiko, and more to come. Till then, be well. Thank you. Namaste.